hot out here, and it's September, so it's that whole back to school time. We should have sports ramping up for us again, and oh, it's gonna be a high of 106 today where I'm at. So yeah, hey, hi, how's everybody doing? If you are new to me, if you just found me, my name is Stacy. Everyone calls me Stace, Mama Stace, whatever you want. My nonprofit is the Desert Nature Alliance, and yeah, it's time to get back to talking about Desert Nature Alliance education, videos, why I have an extra chair, all of that stuff. So it's time to make a video. So hey, how are you doing? If you are finding me on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. You know how that is. It totally helps the algorithm. For everyone else, if you are finding me someplace else, please shoot on over to YouTube, because again, that kind of helps move stuff along. And since we're in the education part of the planet, definitely we'd enjoy the boost. So if you aren't new to me, if you know how this goes, water, I'm already gonna tell you water. Yes, it's very early in the morning and it's super hot already. And you know my mantra, water, 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 drink as much water as possible. So yes, we are gonna catch up on what's going on, what you could be doing, how you could come sit in this chair with me. And I wanna say, is it being interviewed if you volunteer to come on and talk about what you got going on? I think it's awesome. So what do you have to do to come sit and have your 15 minutes of fame, or 20 minutes, or all day if you're a good time? You need to just shout out to me into the messages, wherever, messenger, comments, that I'd love to sit there and tell you what I have going on for my 15 minutes. But you also have to remember, I don't edit these, and so it's just straight on through. If you volunteer to do that, you volunteered to do that. So no, I'm not gonna try to embarrass anybody. I already have my somebody, I don't even want to give it away. Somebody I'm gonna be talking to is coming on out next week. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And I don't think I'm gonna even do a lot of prep for it, because I think it'll be way more fun to be natural and just see what the energies bring us out here. So yes, you're like, how did this all happen, Stacey? Where did this fit in with the Desert Nature Alliance? Well, I actually was just refurbishing some stools, I believe definitely in recycling and finding things that are old, or from Goodwill or thrift stores, and glamming them up, whatever you want to call that. And so yeah, and keep all that stuff out of the landfills. So these became gold, made them kind of fabulous, and there's 2 of them. And as soon as I made them, I was like, oh, this just screams someone should be sitting here talking to me either about the collection, making a video themselves, what they have going on, whatever. But you know, you gotta hit me up with what the topic might be, because it's not gonna be just so we're gonna have a good time with it. And so also, because it is school season starting back up with everyone, pretty much everywhere, but it seems like it's still some online, some in person, all over the place. And so what I'd really like to, again, offer out to those that are learning, want to learn, provide education. That is what the Desert Nature Alliance built most of this for, is to be support for those that have to do education, want to do education, want to learn more, but it doesn't seem to be available for them in all kinds of realms, whether it's in your science, biology, anatomy, if you're looking into getting to animal husbandry, where you're taking care of different animals, all of the things, the nature end of it we have here. And so if you are an instructor and you'd like to come on out and spend some time, and I can help you set up different areas, fantastic. No, I don't charge for this. That's why I have a nonprofit where we support education. And so yes, it's that time of year. People are really trying to think outside of their realms on how can I teach all these different subjects when I've got either kids over here or somebody's over there, adult over here, however that all works. And so yes, we'd like our museum to be able to be a part of that. So none of the collection is for sale. It is a museum. It's registered as a museum under Desert Nature Alliance. So absolutely come on out and take your education, and now have extra props and things that, if you will, that you could work with and talk about a little bit in more detail, especially those that have those higher education or want to take their education higher but have never been able to actually touch and feel and be a part of it in a setting that is so controlled, so you can be by yourself or however we work it out. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this, the changes in education. I'm excited for everyone kind of searching for different ways to learn. I'm also excited because I'm seeing butterflies just going by. I don't know what area you're in. We are in Arizona, and we are seeing a ton of butterflies. And don't tell me they're just moths. I've seen monarch butterflies out there. It's kind of fantastic. So it seems like we are part of that whole butterfly migration. And it's kind of hard when you're driving around and you're seeing it's like you don't want to hit the butterflies in the road. At least I don't want to. More water. Talk a lot. More water. Getting dehydrated. I'm in the desert. So anyways, also what else the Desert Nature Alliance has coming up. I always look at the local reader that we have for us out here. It's Superstition Living, and we get one once a month, and it's for free. And it tells you all the different things that are going on. And I tend to look at it a lot for the different bobcat pictures. You know, we're doing our bobcat study, and most of the local residents see bobcats and get these fantastic pictures. And so inside of here, this is our magazine for this month. You've got a couple bobcat pictures that were really just fantastic. So definitely a shout out to Superstition Living, or go online if you wanted to check out some of the photography that they have. I would also say if you're like, what is that, Stace? If you live in Arizona, see if you have one nearby. If you don't, I bet your area has something along the lines. I've written articles that they've produced for these, or printed, I don't know how to say that, printed. I have those around, pictures I've taken myself, and I definitely encourage others to. They don't pay you for it, but to get your pictures in there, it's pretty awesome. And so I haven't posted any for a while, but I definitely go through and look because I like to see everybody else's pictures and the different views that they have. And then I saw over here that there is going to be a cleanup down at the Salt River. Now, you know, I've talked about the river. I've floated on the river. I've had issues on the river, but I also feel that I'm responsible for helping clean it up. And so when we saw that this was happening, this is on the 25th, Saturday the 25th. I'm going to put more of the information down for you. Natural Restorations Organization is one that's putting this on. You go down to the Fondee parking. You don't have to get a permit to park for this. Definitely there's going to be more information online. Go to me on Instagram. I'll put it on Facebook. I'm going to zoom this up for you so you can even take a look. Absolutely gonna go down and be a part of the cleanup. Again, if you're not here in Arizona and you've never floated on the river or whatever, then take a look at your area and see that's what you can be part of. At this point in the world, I think that once a month at least, all of us should be part of some kind of support, clean up whatever in your area, between the flooding that is happening, the natural disasters, just the trash that accumulates. There's something everywhere, and I think that we all definitely can do more. So if you are out and about this area, come hang out with me and Jay. Definitely, like I said, that's on Saturday. I want to say you have to sign up between 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, clean up the riverbanks for a little while, and then you've got the whole weekend. So to feel really good about yourself that you went out and cleaned up. And so got that going on. Gonna see what else is happening locally. And for the studies for here, what am I working on? Some of the next things that we're going to be talking about, we're going to go a little harder into the anatomy, into bone structures, into labeling specific bones, and I will. Again, we'll take it slow. This isn't, I'm not giving you your doctorate. I'm giving you introduction into the animals out here and support of just all of it, of your education on a comfortable, more of a relaxed level. So we had left off talking about javelina in some of the last series, and so we'll go a little bit further on that, you know, that whole I'm not a pig. Still working in the bobcats, of course, because like I said, the bobcat study is something that's going to just continue on. We're going to learn. I did, in just a tiny amount of time, get to experience being around a lot of bobcats when I went up north and volunteered for just a little bit. And like I said, I stopped that because just too far, just too many things, but I was around a lot of bobcats, and I did notice immediately. There was no being able to tell, oh, that's a boy, that's a girl, due to size or coloring and stuff. They are also considered quite common. And some of the issues that the bobcats face out in our planet are, of course, either being pushed out from all of us moving in, or being hit on the roads. And so, yes, there's a lot that we can still look at with the bobcats and learn from. I even started drawing one a little bit. They're just beautiful creatures. We do see one or two that comes by. There's one that seems a little bit smaller that's kind of come up lately. Sorry, we moved any of our water feeders, are down into the large water hole that we created, and have the cameras down there, as well as cameras around to see who's roaming about the property. But they have a main camera down on the water hole, and it is working, and the bobcats going down that way, the animals are going down that way, and keeping them away from the house up here, and getting them down more into the washes. But with not having a lot of water, they're gonna seek it out. And so, yes, we've been providing water in one of the washes in an area that we have kind of created it to, when the rain comes through and stuff, catches a little bit more of a natural structure, so all the different sizes of the animals can get to it. So you can have the snakes and the lizards get to something, as well as the birds, as well as the larger animals. But we have multiple acres, and so we were able to do that farther down. So that's what I've been working on in terms of the dNa. Is just we're coming up almost on a year, so we'll be celebrating that towards the end of the year. We'll be celebrating the first year as officially being a nonprofit, and it's I'm super proud of the work and what it took to go from, oh my gosh, I don't have a job or really anything going on anymore, I'm kind of lost in what's happening, and to this whole evolution in my education, who I am, and my channels, and everything else. And now with my husband Jay being a nonprofit and supporting education in the natural realm for those of us especially that have different needs. When you start talking about how we learn and how we absorb our information, not everyone is going to get what they need in just one setting, I guess is how I would say that. I learn through seeing, through touching, through hearing, through being part of it, through experiencing. And so I think that's where we fit in, that we're able to provide a little bit more of an experience that helps support something that you're working on. Again, this is all for educational purposes. I have Sherman, who's only going to be hanging out with us for probably a couple more months. And he's phenomenal to see. We don't be touching him much, but to come out and hang out with Sherman and learn, or you could do a class yourself and talk to everybody about Sherman, regardless of your age or whatever else. Or you could come out and say, I just want to talk about Sherman. That's fantastic. But he has his own schedule, so you've seen me with him. He cooperates, sort of. But he's a great one to talk about, that we have the differences between hibernation and things they call brumation, and the way the reptiles kind of adapt and adjust to the heat that we have out here. I've noticed online quite a few people asking the question, either to myself or in some of the groups that I follow, is, well, when do the snakes go away? Well, they never really go away. So that's the first answer to that. The snakes out here don't go away when it gets too cold for any reptile. Reptiles don't have that sweater to put on, or the heater or whatever. Their body temperature needs to be somewhere in that whole 80s to not 100, and there's that variation depending on the reptiles you're talking about and the size of them, all that kind of stuff. But the native species that are out here, when it gets cold to them, that's when they are going to go and be with other reptiles or whoever they're hunkering down with to stay warm. And you've seen on some of the videos that I've posted, we have had snow in the superstition. So yes, the fluctuation happens, but right now, so we're in September and it's still 106, and our lows are in the 80s. So can you see reptiles? Absolutely, you can. Yes, it's hot. They're out. They're searching for water. They're searching for food. For sure. So that's something you're going to watch, and I'm always posting about the temperatures. So I would like you to that's more of the rhythm to pay attention to. Is it's not so much I can tell you a specific month or a specific day or time. It's more of the temperatures on how we flow, and the natural rhythm with who you're going to see and how often and when you're going to see them, or whether you're going to see a animal or creature in the daytime or not. If it's 106 out, no, you're not going to see really any of us. You're not going to see out there, nor should you. That's back to my point of hiking. We talked about the hiking and have been, and we'll continue to talk about hiking safety. You can see me through this video. 15 minutes in, I'm sweating. It's just so hot, but I do this so you guys can see the natural effect. It's hot. It's hot out here. I would not recommend any hiking right now until the temperatures drop down. When you start your day in the 80s and ramp up into the hundreds and only drop down into the 80s again, that's a lot on your body. There's a lot of dehydration. That's why you're seeing me, besides the output of talking and the energy of doing this, just being someplace that is so dehydrating naturally. Water, water, water. So no, absolutely not. When I'm done with this video, I'm going to go drink about another gallon of water, and I'm going to go lay down actually for the rest of the day. As part of that, also being mindful about your health when you are in the climate that you're in, and how your body adapts to it, and how it responds to it. And so because I am someone who has had if definitely heat, hydration, I don't know if you call it stroke, I've had some serious issues throwing up in the heat and stuff. I don't like to be out in this extreme stuff for very long. I don't like what it does to my body, and it feels like it zaps me really quick. So no, after this video, I'm gonna be putting this away and going back inside. So yeah, I hope that caught us all up on everything that's going on. Give me a shout out, say hello, Stace, I want to do this, I want to come talk to you, I want to make my own videos, I want to hold these skulls and tell my class or tell my whoever, or I want to learn myself. Absolutely. I think that the way we're all going to learn and continue to expand our education and grow and connect with nature and all of it is I'm hoping through things like this. So have a great day. I hope to be seeing you all soon. Bye.